fastest show in sports.
I have some very bad news if you're a fan of LSU football. Lane Kiffin is not going to be your head coach. As we're all talking about him here the last couple of weeks, and the social media platforms and all the inside sources and analysts say that Kiffin is choosing between Ole Miss, Florida, and LSU. He is not choosing LSU, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Lane Kiffin, he's not really... People are treating him as this god coach, as if he's going to come in right away, win national championships, everything's going to be perfect again. He's actually a pretty average head coach when it comes down to what he has done. And let's also remember that Lane Kiffin is the guy who has left schools before just to use them as a stepping stone. Go back and look at what he did with FAU, where he decided he was going to be there for a long period of time. Another job comes up. Lane Kiffin is gone. Doesn't make a damn bit of difference. He is out of there. He has got a case of happy feet and will move on to the best job for him. And LSU is not it. Part of the problem with LSU is it has become a raging dumpster fire this season alone. And no self-respecting coach is going to want to take that job. There are guys who are going to want it. Look, LSU is one of the top places to go if you want to be a college football head coach. If you want a chance at a national championship, you go to a program where they dump unlimited amounts of money into the program, and you have a chance to win there. I mean, look, last national championship was only 6 years ago under Ed Orgeron. So you got a chance to come in here and win. And you're going to find the coaches who are like at about this level, and they want to get up here. They're going to go ahead and take it, because to them it's a huge step forward. For Lane Kiffin, with everything he's got, the reputation that he has created, and the ability of where he's going to go, LSU is the single worst place that he could possibly want to become a head coach. And that's a problem. If you're a fan of LSU, you need to be pissed, quite frankly. The way things have been handled by that administration and that athletic department, and the governor of the state as well, you got to be really pissed off, because it has brought ill repute to LSU and to that college football program in itself, and it's made it less attractive than it could be. You might have been in case for a Lane Kiffin, maybe, had certain things not happened, but they're there, and no coach is going to want to become a part of this. If you look at the way things are run there right now, Brian Kelly comes in, he goes for 3 straight winning seasons, 29-11 record, 3 bowl wins. Okay, not bad at all. But you didn't contend for a national championship, and the people, the fans, are all excited and all impatient because you want to go ahead, take a shot at an SEC title, take a shot at the national championship. You didn't get us there in 3 seasons, and the way things run these days in college football, coaches have about 3 seasons. If you don't get it in 3 seasons, or if you're not sitting right on the cusp, you are easily dumpable. And they will move on to somebody else. They'll move on to the next flavor of the month. But that's where things get tight with Brian Kelly. Kelly signed a contract. He did not bend LSU's arm behind him. He didn't use any kind of threatening tactics whatsoever. But he signed a contract that gives him $54 million if they decide to buy him out. So they fire him, not the coach. Kelly wants his $54 million. LSU is now fighting him, saying, no, wait a minute, you weren't fired properly. So we're not going to pay you the $54 million. How about $25 million? Kelly says no. How about $30 million? Kelly says no. Good for him. Brian Kelly needs to stick it out and stick it to LSU as hard as he possibly can. Because guess what? That $54 million, it's not going to hurt anything in the athletic department. That $54 million is coming from the big money boosters who are out there who are just willing to throw as much cash as possible at LSU just to make sure that they can win the SEC and win a national championship. Nothing means more to them than winning the championship. But if you're sitting on the outside looking in, take, for instance, your Lane Kiffin. You're deciding right now where you want to go. You can stay at Ole Miss. Depends. If he gets a chance. If he gets a chance at an SEC championship. If he gets a chance at gunning for a national championship. Okay, you can be the savior. You can walk in and let's just say for giggles and grins, Kiffin comes in, wins the Egg Bowl, and gets a shot in the college football playoffs. which they will. They're going to win the Egg Bowl, and they're going to go ahead and be part of the playoff system. He can write his ticket at Ole Miss. He can put in another 2 or 3 years there, and he can really wait for a head coaching job to come up that he wants. Maybe he wants Florida. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe Ole Miss is going to throw more money at him. See, it's all about money and where they can make the best buck, and also where these coaches can get treated as they feel they should be treated. If you go to LSU right now, you know you're stepping into a shit show. You're stepping into a disaster where the governor has gotten involved, and you know the governor is going to be involved one way or another. This guy's going to shoot off his bayou mouth once more, and there's potentially going to be a problem there. Why do you want to get involved in that? Why do you want to be part of that dumpster fire right now? You don't. Because if it comes out that maybe you can make just as much money and get just as much of a chance at Ole Miss and make just as much money, maybe more money, by being the head coach at Florida, LSU is gone. So as a fan, you got to be pissed. The university is in there right now fighting Brian Kelly. You hired him. He won games for you. He had 3 good seasons. He didn't win a national championship, didn't contend for one. You decided you wanted to move on. Okay, pay him. End of story. Pay him what you owe him. And you're looking on the outside going, let's see. I got a governor who opens his mouth. I now have a university that has reneged on a deal that they made. Now I'm going to go in here, Lane Kiffin, anybody else, and I'm going to go negotiate a contract with LSU. I'm going to go become their next head football coach. Now, they were willing to give Brian Kelly $54 million as a buyout. They're not going to do that again. They're going to come in and say, and maybe we'll give you $25, $30, $35 million, whatever it is, whatever the boosters say you can go ahead and spend. But am I sure they're going to give me that money? And it's not like Lane Kiffin needs the money. He's a wealthy man to begin with. But if you got a chance to go ahead and take it and somebody's offering it, guess what? You take that money. So if you sit down and negotiate a contract, I'll even take it one step further. If you're Lane Kiffin, or any coach at this point, who's negotiating a contract to be the head football coach at Louisiana State, how do you know you can trust them? How do you know that you can trust this changing, shifting management of the athletic department to come through with what they give you? Not just even in the money, but there's going to be other points of the contract that are going to be important. But if you look at how LSU is now trying to screw Brian Kelly, why do you think they're going to be truthful with you? Why do you think that if they go ahead and make a deal, they're going to give you everything that you wanted? You don't know, because they're showing right now their true stripes, and their true stripes are, let's see if we can weasel out of this somehow, get some kind of a legal judgment, and get out of paying him another $20 million that you owe him. You cut the deal. Your Board of Regents, the people in charge, the boosters are the ones who said, go ahead, we want him that bad. Bring Brian Kelly in here, and we'll make sure that he gets $54 million on the way out the door. But right now, you're making sure that he doesn't. You're proving you can't be trusted. And that's part of the problem here. And if you're an LSU fan again, you should be pissed to high hilt, because this is destroying your possibility of getting a coach that you deserve. I do believe Lane Kiffin was looking at LSU and was thinking, this is another alternative. But if you take what's happened now and you're in a private conversation with the man, you got to think that he knows, I can't trust these people. So why do I want to be the head football coach there? I got Florida sitting over here. Florida wants me, and Florida knows I can't trust LSU. So Florida's going to use that in the negotiations and also in the money. I got Ole Miss sitting over here right now. And as long as I win the Egg Bowl and I get them into the college football playoffs, I'm set for life. I can ask them for just about anything. They may not have the big money boosters that they have at the University of Florida, but either way, I'm going to play them against one another, and I'm going to come out with a great deal. But not LSU, because Brian Kelly proved you can't trust them. Now, let's also look at the fact that you've got people at LSU, and I swear I don't know where this is coming from, but you've got the people out there, and again, most of it is the social media hacks who are out there pushing it forward, that maybe they want to bring Ed Orgeron back. No more Consigliere. You don't need Orgeron coming back in. Yes, Ed Orgeron won a national championship in 2019, without question. He was also involved in a Title IX lawsuit, which basically stated that he allegedly knew about a rape by one of his players and didn't bother to do anything. What the hell is going on with these college football coaches? How many times does sexual assault, potential rape, and all of this have to be covered up? We've seen this how many times? We continue to see this over and over again, where coaches are hiding. They're covering up because all they want to do is win games. They want to make sure that they go ahead and get to that championship game. And if they got to cover up for a player, so be it. It's not a big deal. It is a big deal. But was it LSU who created the atmosphere that allowed Ed Orgeron to get away with this? If you remember back too, you think about Les Miles. Les Miles was involved, another guy who allegedly couldn't keep his hands to himself around female students and female trainers. So what's going on at LSU? LSU, look, I meant it when I said that LSU is one of those programs that if you want to be a winner, if you want to win a national championship, if you want to make a lot of money, if you want to become a potential legend, LSU is one of those places. Is it a top 10 school in the nation where you want to go for college football? Might be. Definitely a top 15. Definitely a top 20. Top 10 maybe. But if you look at the history of what's gone on there, why do you want to get involved? You don't. Which is why if LSU has got one stone among them, they're going to clean this sucker out. Basically, they've got to come right from the bottom up, clean out the program. They got to take care of Brian Kelly, first of all. Give him the money. It's not coming off your books. It's not like they're giving him $54 million. And look, let's remember, they've offered him $25 million and $30 million. So it's not as if giving him another $25 million is going to come off your books. And you're not going to be able to afford great players in the transfer portal and with NIL deals. Not going to happen. You're getting this from the wealthy donors who are sitting there going, give them whatever they want, as long as we win a national championship. So clean it out, make it a place that people want to come again, make it a place that potential coaches can trust. And I haven't even mentioned the fact that what they're doing with Brian Kelly leaves an ugly stain with players, because we're not just dealing with players who are coming in anymore thinking, hell, maybe I can get a scholarship. Nonsense. Now you're dealing with guys who are also coming in for the money. And LSU right now is proving to the players coming in for the money that they can't be trusted. Hell, I'm going to go ahead and pay you $5 million. Are they? Can they be trusted? Are they going to rescind the agreement somewhere down the road? Are they going to renege? So you've got players right now making financial decisions. And if the players come in and they say, I can't trust LSU because I see what they've done with Brian Kelly, what the hell do I want to play with them for? That's not going to last just one season. That's going to last several seasons. And that's going to hurt the overall program. Yes, it's all about money. College football is all about the money anymore. It's not about winning championships only. It's about the money you can make. And everybody's making a buck. And LSU is making a huge dollar. So give Brian Kelly what you promised, what you contracted for, or else you're going to hurt the players down the road, and the players are going to look at you and go, let's say, I got a chance to go to Florida or LSU. Florida pays their players, and they don't have a problem paying what they guarantee and what they sign for. LSU, problem. There might be something going on there. I don't know if I can trust them, and that's going to hurt. So fans, get pissed, get angry, get your people to do the right thing, pay the money, clean the slate. And maybe you'll bring in a really good coach, and you won't have to wait 1, 2, or 3 coaches to get your next national championship. But you're not going to get Lane Kiffin. Not the way things are now. Kiffin's got better chances at Ole Miss and Florida. Not because they're better, but because LSU's management in the athletic department, the presidency, right down from top to bottom. You've made this a university that some people feel they can't trust. And that means you're not going to get the top guy.
Ed Berliner, the fastest show in sports.